Well, I'm Peter Rees, and I've been a member here at Open Park for a few years now, and I've always been interested in rugby. But Roland Walls was a friend of mine back to my school days. We first met back in 1965 on our first day at grammar school, actually. And we've stayed friends ever since, and we had a number of interests in common. We both like folk music, both like fell walking, both like cycling. He wasn't a great rugby fan, but then, hey, nobody's perfect. And being the same age, we were probably going to retire about the same time, so we started talking about going cycling together more. And unfortunately, he was diagnosed with motor neurone disease.
I'm Willie Maddren. My connection with motor neurone disease is my husband, Willie Maddren, was a footballer for Middlesbrough. He was diagnosed with MND, sadly passed away about 20 years ago now. And my involvement with the association since then has been as a volunteer. We help fundraise, we help people locally. At the moment I'm a leader of the Hamilton and Richmond group, where we support people with MND who've been recently diagnosed. We give them moral support, we have social meetings, and it's just a wonderful way to give back, really. SG BIRCH actually contacted me because they were saying that they were doing this Rolands Ride. They're doing it in memory of somebody that had passed away from motor neurone disease. And their idea really is that the money is used to finance research, which is a major part of trying to find out the causes of motor neurone disease and the effective treatments that we can have.
From diagnosis to when he unfortunately passed away was 18 months or thereabouts. And it was horrible to see how his body degenerated. And my understanding is there's nobody really knows what causes it, and there's no cure at the moment.
He was diagnosed age 41 with motor neurone disease, and at the time he thought it was a trapped nerve or something like that. He was one of the lucky ones. He lived with it for 7 years. He died at age 49, 20 years ago now. And when he was diagnosed with MND, it was a matter of there's absolutely nothing we can do for you. You've just got to go home and live whatever life you can and die, kind of thing. Which he didn't. He went home and he just lived his life to the full.
So I'd thought, well, I'd like to try and raise some money to go towards research and towards helping people with MND. And so I approached my friend Simon Rees from SG BIRCH, who I go out cycling with. And he was quite supportive, and together we came to Maddren Park to see if they would be the organisers of it.
My name is Mick BIRCH, and I have the delight and honour of being the chairman of Darlington Maddren Park. I've been here for 36 years. We came involved with Rolands Ride from its infancy. SG BIRCH, who are the main organisers of the event, are our principal sponsors. For many years we've had a fantastic relationship with SG BIRCH, and we try to support wherever we can. The Rolands Ride for motor neurone disease I think is a fantastic cause, and we'll do anything we can to help.
And so that's how it started. And so we ran the first one in 2019, and there was about between 70 and 80 riders took part. And we were going to run it in 2020, but of course COVID came along and rather scuppered that. So we've resurrected it for 2021. What we did in the first year, we decided we would try to encourage the participation by as many different sorts of people as we could, from the amateur, the almost like the starter, through to the what I call the professionals, the mammals, the middle-aged men in lycra who go out on a Sunday morning and do quite a lot. So we did a 50-kilometre ride last year, and so we're going to reproduce that again this year and call it the social ride. So it's meant for people who perhaps aren't so used to cycling. So 50 kilometres, it's just over 30 miles, and you should be able to do that in 2 or 3 hours. So that's for the for the ones who are interested in doing the event rather than cycling all the time. And then a 100-kilometre ride, which we've called the Elite Ride, that's about 64 miles, and that's more for the keener cyclists, the ones who are more interested in cycling for cycling's sake. And what I've done for this year, which was new, is that I've included what I've called the King of the Mountains loop, which you can add to the Elite Ride, which take you up into the Cleveland Hills. Now that's for the really keen cyclists.
On the day, because it is such a big event, hopefully when all the riders are coming back, what we're doing is we're organising within our own membership that it coincides with the return, and it is the Maddren Park Family Fun Day, which basically we open up the arena, and there's the usual things you find at a fete type event: bouncy castles, hot dogs, burgers. I think we have a climbing wall. We have stocks where we throw wet sponges at the various coaches, and then we'll have games on the pitch and what have you. And I just think it's a fantastic end result, if you like, or for the final part of the ride, to come in and to have to see that and everything that's going on surrounding the Family Fun Day.
Well, I'd like to see it carry on as become an annual event, and say the first time round there was between 70 and 80 riders took part. I'd like to see somewhere between 100 and 200 take part this year, and to have it that sort of size, into the future.
I think that the big thing about Rolands Ride is it's getting people out there. We've all had a really difficult year with lockdown, and hopefully this will be one of the first events that people can actually take part in. They're raising money for an absolutely tremendous cause, and the money will be used locally for people, and it will help people locally. And it's just a great thing, and it's a great way of keeping fit, showing your support and supporting in a way people with MND realise that there is just so many people out there, supporting them, thinking of them. It would be great to raise a lot of money, but whatever it raises, I can assure you it will be used sensibly and very much appreciated.